We talked a lot earlier today about what's happening in Cleveland with Myles Garrett and his desire to exit stage left from the building. Can you put on your GM hat here and explain to us what you think's happening? And what I think most importantly is, how do you keep a player who doesn't want to be there, a player of that merit, and yet still keep a healthy environment?
Yeah, they're trying to do some communication, I'm sure, to say we're going to get better. I know it hasn't been good. And that's a franchise. Listen, I'll say this personally. I'm a friend and fan of Andrew Berry. He was with the Eagles. He's a guy I admire a lot. But they have the worst contract situation maybe in the history of the sport. They were leveraged into a fully guaranteed contract that they can't get out of with Deshaun Watson. Forget all the character stuff coming into it. They did it because he was going somewhere else, and the only way to get him to come north, he's a Southern guy, was to give him that absurd contract. It's never been done since nor before, fully secured. So they're stuck with him. And now their best player is having trouble, wants to get out. I think they're going to try to keep him until it becomes a problem. The way we've seen players sort of get out is not hold out, but hold in. So would Myles Garrett, it doesn't seem like he's this type, but would he show up in August and be a pain in the you-know-what? And unless he's moved somewhere else. There are going to be suitors out there, of course, for a premier player at a premier position. I don't know if Andrew Berry is saying we won't do it because he really won't do it, or because the price has to be so high and someone would make him a stupid offer to make that happen. But the poor Browns, and I say that with some empathy, because they have this albatross of a contract. Watson is uncuttable. Watson is untradeable. Watson will probably be a backup making $46 million. And he may even be like he was in 2021 with the Texans, told to go home. Just stay away. You'll get your $46 million. We can't cut you because of the cap impact. And you're going to get paid. So it may come to that.
Cam Ward was really auditioning to be their quarterback at the Combine. What do you think?
He may be. I'm not the college guy to talk about these guys, but they're, at the third pick? I mean, yes, a quarterback, because they're stuck with Watson for 2 years. Whether Watson plays or not, they need an answer, like a lot of teams. But Cam Ward is as good as anyone, I would think, at this point.
How would you handle, or how did you handle, a player who openly just doesn't want to be there, especially someone of his caliber, just basically saying, like, I'm not coming back?
Yeah, I mean, the one issue you can always deal with, good or bad, is money. If it's about a bigger contract, I tried ways to sort of add money to the contract without redoing it, without doing a whole new bonus. But as you talked about, this is more than money.
Yeah.
This is wanting out because of opportunity and a bad team. And I think what you do is publicly say you're not doing anything, and privately you try to leverage the best deal you can.
And that seems what Andrew Berry's doing right now, right?
No doubt. No, he's got to be working right now, trying to get some deals going.
2 number ones. I mean, these are all the things that you sort of put out there privately, like, we're not trading him, and then sort of a stupid offer comes along. Yeah, we couldn't turn that down, an offer we couldn't refuse. But Andrew Berry's a good guy to try to sit down and talk to. I just wonder if it's beyond with Myles Garrett.
Like Myles Garrett has kind of said it's just not a shared vision. He wants to win a Super Bowl. Doesn't feel like Cleveland is close. Like, what do you think the starting offer is for a guy? Is it 2 number ones plus, or will that just get it done?
You know, if I'm a GM, I would want younger players more than draft picks, showing a little bit of play. They're not new to the NFL, and they still have low salaries. So a couple cost control players who I'd say in their first, second, third year that have shown promise, and a draft pick too. So I'm guessing a number 1 plus a young player or 2 that has promise, ascending and cheap.
And why is Howie Roseman going to make this deal?
Well, that's the guy. Again, when you talk about the A.J. Brown deal, not afraid, nothing's too big, and he's going to be front and center whenever these deals come up, especially with Josh Sweat being a free agent.
So you don't believe that he'll be in a Browns uniform?
Deadlines spur action, whether the deadline's the draft or start of training camp. Gun to my head, yes, I think they move him for a big package.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show live weekdays from 12 to 3 p.m. Eastern on Roku Sports Channel in the U.S.